All right, what up, homies? I'm going over my India trip. I traveled from Miami all the way to Mumbai for a couple days to meet some people in the media of India and some poker fans. Then I went to Goa to earn some money and play a little poker, go on a boat and gamble. Let's take a look. So this is me arriving. Got greeted with the power symbol and a welcoming flower band thing. Yeah, it's pretty neat. All right, sweet. Anush here, who's working as an agent and a bit of a business manager of sorts, gave me the warm welcome. So they're explaining to me what the plan is. We go in the car. About to meet a bunch of poker people. Straight away, I hopped off and was escorted to a hotel that's famous for many cricket matches, being hosted right outside the hotel. All you have to do is sit outside and you can see some cricket matches. Then I went straight to the gym, got a workout in, and then I headed straight to the party. All right, so here's me at the party. Me meeting everybody. Many fans were right here. There's a bunch of people from the entertainment media scene in India, in a high-rise hotel in India. Very exciting to meet everyone and meet a totally different culture. But it didn't seem so different from the American culture. Soon enough, we got some poker going. All right, yeah, Spirit Poker's here, guys. And the whole point of Spirit of Poker is to make it a community that brings a lot of positivity to poker, including a lot of holistic space and health around. Well, we're just making it healthy on the whole and not such a thing where a bunch of degenerates lose a lot of money. Then we get straight to playing some poker, and I'm actually running unbelievably hot, but of course it doesn't show that. Outside party a little bit. I'm wearing Fin on Poker, the hat, because that's one of the sites that sponsors me. Yeah, and you guys can see I already have a big stack. I'm running incredibly hot. Always nice. I do recommend running incredibly hot, by the way, but it's gonna happen. Don't worry about that. The whole plan was actually to like degen a little bit and not run hot, but I'll take it. I wasn't trying to crush a bunch of new friends at poker, and it was quite a small game, about a 600 or so buy-in game, and I ended up winning like 3K over the course of a few hours. It ran incredibly hot. Then straight away, we went and met someone who's kind of like a guru, a bit of a spiritual teacher in his high-rise location downtown, and he taught us a bit about some yoga. Kind was Kriya Yoga, breathing exercises that are good for overall health, clarity, and making sure you're a bit more present, as many of the exercises are, but more focused on the breath. He told me something about the Kundalini. This is something that's activated from yoga and various breathing exercises. It's not so easy to activate, but a lot of exercises do. I don't know a whole lot about it, but it's supposed to give you loads of energy, to my knowledge. You only can access it with a clean system, and if you do it in the wrong kind of way, it actually is dangerous. We talk a bit about poker and that how it's like many different things that can be treated good or bad, and the whole idea, again, for the Spirit of Poker is to make sure it's treated in a good way. One of the people that I was with believed that poker was all gambling and there's nothing good from it, and it's not it's the devil or whatever. Fortunately, our guru friend here did not agree. So then we go to a room and we do some goofy exercises, a lot of spinning around, a lot of deep breathing. I was not with everyone. Apparently I wasn't moving my head quite in the right kind of way.
Hi guys, I'm Dan Cates, and you may know me from poker as Jungle Man. And now I'd like to give you the keys to that success so that you can have success in those games as well, and in fact win the game of life. And that begins with freedom.
And you want to have the community to help you to get there. Join the Jungleverse now. We've got many of the tools and many of the links towards the best stuff that's out there in the poker market, and I'm committed to helping you guys become real champions of the game and make your dreams come true. That's my goal for you all. Join here. I'm helping us all work together to make a better future for everyone.
Took a trip to Goa, and as you see right now, this is actually inside a boat in the middle of the river alongside Goa. Straight away, I gave a speech about poker, about Spirit of Poker, what we're trying to do, all that good stuff. There's a roulette wheel, gambling. Yeah, that was definitely taking place in Goa because there's apparently a rule that for gambling, it can't take place in India, but it can take place on the river right next to India. That's the whole reason why they have the boats with gambling, so that it can actually happen. Apparently it's a legal loophole. Little backstory about poker in India is that it's not half as popular or anywhere near it in terms of how popular it is in the USA, especially. Big reason being that it's taboo, meaning that if you play poker in India, it's kind of shameful. People will look at you as a bit of a degenerate and that it's just gambling, etc. Obviously it's not exactly true, and it also has some laws against it. There's this ridiculous tax of 28% to the service providers in India, I believe, for just tournaments. I believe it doesn't apply for cash games, or at least there's some kind of ways around it. And obviously this is going to cause some massive hurdles. A lot of the operators have basically just like taken that hit and are just making a bottom line above that. But the good news is that it doesn't need to be nearly as popular as it does in the US. There's about 340 million people in the US, and there's 1.45 billion people in India. It's the most populated country right now. And so if just a small fraction of that, something like a sixth or so of that in comparison to the US, is into poker, then, well, that's just the same amount of people in India that are interested in poker as in USA. And even if that's not the case, it's still very popular and it's not nearly as marketed to as the US. So there's loads and loads of opportunity, particularly if this government regulation can be gotten around. But currently there's only a couple places where poker is effectively legal. It's not even legal in a lot of different places. So poker is legal in the Mandovi River in Goa. Apparently land casinos are legal in Goa, but I've not seen any. I've only really seen the Big Daddy Casino there for some reason. There's probably something else going on there that I'm just not aware of. But Goa is one of the few counties in India where poker is legal. So the counties Goa, Sikkim, Daman, and Diu permit land-based casinos, but also the states of Nagaland and Sikkim permit online gambling. But most of the counties, the states in India do not permit poker on the whole. There's a big thing where some areas look at it as a game of skill versus some areas look at it as a game of chance. Pokerbazi is one of the operators that is working to make it more legal, but there's lots of issues around that. And Spirit of Poker, which I've decided to support, I'm hoping will create a positive image for poker, make it more of a sportified game, make it more of a sport, however you say it, make it have a positive culture for everybody. But it's brand new. We'll have to see how this develops. But so far, positive reception, and if poker can be legalized, it would actually be a pretty great economy in India. There's loads of interest there, and the cash games are going for quite a long time in this Big Daddy Casino on the waters, and decent games too. 5100 is no joke. That's high stakes poker. You can make a serious living off of that, make over 500,000 a year if you can play a lot, and the conditions are there where you could totally play a lot. Lots of potential. If only the legislation would not be totally ridiculous, that'd really help a lot. Then we move on to play a charity tournament. It's about a $60 buy-in. A lot of people don't know the rules, but we're raising money to give money to a lot of the needy kids and whoever else needs it in India. There's loads of needy people in India, so we helped in our tiny little way. We ran about 3 of these things. Some people learned a little bit about how to play, and then there's a bit of a show going on. Some people in the entertainment industry running around, but they actually missed the guy who came and did a bunch of magic tricks for me as I was running around in India. He performed in the apartment in Mumbai, and then he also performed a little bit in this boat in Goa. It was in the Big Daddy Casino in Goa. I mean, this is the whole casino in the boat. There's some lady dancing and doing the show and all that. So we got a little performance too. Then I gave a speech about poker, about Spirit of Poker, the whole mission, all that good stuff in front of the people alongside the casino. Talked a bit about how to make poker more positive for everybody. We had a little belly dancing show. It's a bit different and some classic India type stuff. Oh, and there's the magician. There, we've got the magician. He's doing his thing, doing his magic tricks, showing us the power of Indian magic. And we had a couple other presentations and entertainers come up in India. Some of Bollywood's finest, or not so finest. And oh, look, there's me. I'm dancing and giving a little presentation and pretending to play the flute. I could not play and dance at the same time. Prepared for a little hour before doing this little dance. Oh, there's the belly dances again. We had a champion of the guy who won the charity tournament for 90,000 rupees. Not very much money, but worth something. Had some of the fans. Then I was on a podcast and answered a bunch of questions, again, about how to make this more entertaining and make it more fun. What they missed was me battling it out and playing almost 5,100, almost $10,000 buy-in game at the stakes below with a bunch of the Indian players. They didn't show this, but that happened for quite a bit of a time, or catch me at the gym way at the end. And at the end, I interviewed Manish to figure out how to make him financially free and have poker support his lifestyle, which is a big part of the whole brand, helping people to use poker to become financially free, which I totally think is possible. It's especially with Manish, who had lots of business experience. He had a game that was rake free. I thought there's a lot of potential for him, especially, and he's playing in India, which is not an extremely competitive market. So we explored how the show actually shows up for him in the real world, which is one of my goals for all of you guys and the whole point of the Jungleverse. That is to help you guys become financially free and figure out what your unique situation is to make all this reality. Just join the Jungleverse to join a community that is worldwide, helping people to make money and become financially free. That's the big goal for all of you, to be able to pursue your dreams as you see fit and make money with poker. That's the summary of my trip for India. I'll see you guys later. Let me know what your feedback is below in the comments. Whether you like this, hated this, let me know. Thank you.